Good morning, students. In last lecture, we understand how can we obtain the images by using the concave mirror. What can be the nature of images if we place the object at any distance from the concave mirror. These are the six cases which we have learned in last lectures. Now, in this lecture, we are going to study what can be the uses of the concave mirror and how can we solve the numerical based on the concave mirror. What is sign convention of the concave mirror? So first of all, this is the you can say this is the question for you, that how can you obtain the focal length of concave mirror. If you have a concave mirror and if you want to find the focal length of this concave mirror, so what is the how can you find the focal length of the concave mirror? So first write down the heading here, that how to find the focal length of concave mirror. Now I'm going to explain you here, but you have to write down yourself that how can you obtain the focal length of the concave mirror. Suppose this is a concave mirror and you are using this mirror for finding the focal length. I'm preparing a imaginary principal axis. For finding the focal length of the concave mirror, first you have to find the object, where should be the object placed. So you can find the focal length of the concave mirror. This object should be at the distance from the concave mirror, at the considerable distance, like a window. It can be a window, it can be a distant tree, it can be a distant building. It means if you want to find the focal length of the concave mirror, first you have to find a distant object. Okay, this distant object can be a window of your room, of a big room, or this can be a tree. Because we know that in last lecture we have learned that the if object is at the infinity, then where its image is formed, its image is formed at the focus. It means if we want to find the focus of the concave mirror, we have to use the distant object. So this distant object can be a tree, even a tree. This is a tree, suppose, and we are using a screen here. You can use also a scale here to find the focal length. Suppose this is a scale where you place this mirror, and this is the screen. You know, the image formed by the concave mirror, the focus is the real image. And real image means the image which we can obtain on the screen. So it means the image of this tree we can obtain on the screen. So we adjust this screen so as we can obtain the image of this distant tree to this screen. So by adjusting this screen, we can find the sharp image of this tree. Suppose like this. So this mirror will obtain the image of this tree like this. Suppose at this point the image is very sharp. It means this is the principal focus of this concave mirror. This is based on the fact that the object, if we place the object at a distance, at a considerable distance, or we can say at infinity, the image is formed at the principal focus. So if we are using a tree, so this image will formed on the principal focus. So this is the principal focus. So you can adjust your screen in such a way that you obtain the sharp image of this distance tree. So by this activity you can find the focal length, even the focal length, the principal focus. This is the focal length. Okay, so finding the you can find the distance between this principal focus and this pole. So by finding this distance we can find the focal length of this concave mirror. So this is this image this can we say this activity is based on the fact that the image is formed at focus if we place the object at infinity or at the considerable distance. So first, this is the question for you and you have to write the answer of it yourself, because I have already explained how can you find the focal length of the concave mirror by using a distant object. Okay, now the second thing is we are going to study here what are the uses of the concave mirror. Actually, concave mirror are used in lots of places. In everyday life, you have already seen the concave mirror in many places. First, we can use the concave mirror as a shaving mirror. Shaving mirror. Okay, how can we use a concave mirror as a shaving mirror? You have learned in last lecture that if we place the object in between the F and a P, this is the F and this is the P. What is the F? F is the principal focus and P is the pole. So if we place the object between the F and a P, this is the F and this can be the C. You know the C? This is the radius of curvature, center of curvature, sorry. So and F is the half of this length. So if we place the object in between the F and a P, what will happen? Its image will form like this. I think you should remember it, that the image is formed like this. It means this is the only case where the image is virtual, erect and magnified in larger than the object. So this is the only case where we find that the object that the image is formed is virtual by the concave mirror, and you should always remember this case. When we place the object in between the F and a P, the image is always formed is virtual, erect and magnified. So what happens in case of the shaving mirror? If we place our face we held our face in such a way that we are in between the F and a P of the concave mirror, though we don't know where is the focus here, so we can adjust our face according to this mirror, so that we can see an enlarged image of our face. So if we placed our face in between the F and a P, we can find that the image is formed is magnified. It means we can see a large image of our face. Okay, so this will be very easy for a person that to make a shave of himself, because he can see his large face. It is also used as a makeup mirror, because for the makeup we can also produce a large image of our face, so we can easily make up our face. Okay, now the second one, this is the first case in which we can use the concave mirror as a shaving mirror. Okay, now the second one, we can no, not we the dentist uses concave mirror for seeing the large image of the tooth. It is used by the dentist. You have to write all the statement about this one, like the you are using the shaving mirror, so you have to write yourself that when we placed our face in between the F and a P, we know that the image is formed is larger than the object. It means our face, we can see the large image of our face, so we can use it like a shaving mirror. So you have to write your all statement about this mirror. Now the dentist, how dentists use this mirror? Actually, dentists have a small concave mirror. If you went to a dentist, you saw this type of mirror, but you don't know about it that this is a concave mirror, which has a long handle like this. So this is a concave mirror, a small concave mirror with a long handle. So when a dentist place this mirror in your mouth, he or she can see the large image of your tooth. How is it possible? Because it means the tooth is in between the F and a P. Actually, this concave mirror has a large enough focal length, so that if this mirror is placed in in a person mouth, what happens? The tooth is coming between the F and a P. So what will happen? The image is formed magnified than the tooth. It means a magnified tooth can be seen by the doctor by using this concave mirror. So we can say the doctor used the concave mirror to see the large image of the tooth. I have already told you that you have to write yourself all the statement here. Okay, now third one. Third है concave mirror can be used in a torch as a reflector. Reflector in torch. Reflectors in torch, in vehicles, in headlights of your motorbike or scooty or car headlights. Okay, so this mirror is also used as a reflector in torch vehicles, in headlights of different vehicles, as a searchlight. So what happens, this is a concave mirror, and we know that if we placed a bulb or any source of light at the focus of this concave mirror, what will happen? The light rays which is falls in backward direction, actually after reflecting from this mirror, it reflected in a parallel rays, is reflected as a parallel rays. So it means this source of light is the light which is emitted by this source is totally used by us. It can be totally used by us. You know, this bulb is also emitting light in the forward direction and also in the backward direction. So the forward direction we are using as it is. We are using the light which is which uh, this bulb is emitted in the forward direction. And what is about the light which is emitted in the backward direction? This light which is emitted in the backward direction is also reflected by the mirror, so that we can use all the light which is emitted by this bulb. So we can use this mirror in we can use this mirror as a reflectors in the torch, in the vehicles, or in the headlights. Okay, you have seen in your home and in the winters that in your heaters there is also a concave mirror behind this heater. Suppose this is a rod which we are using as a heating element, and this is the mirror behind it, so that all the light rays which are all the light rays or the heats which is emitted in the backward direction is also reflected by this mirror in the forward direction. So we are using all the lights, all the heat which is emitted by this rod or by this bulb. So we can say that we can use the concave mirror as a reflectors in the torch, in the vehicles, or in the headlights. Now the fourth one. Doctors generally you have seen when you if you went to the ENT doctor, he has a he or she can have a light which he or she bind on his or her head. This light is focused on your ear or any part which your doctor want to see, where is sorry, the doctor use this headlights to see the to see the clear image of your ear or your throat or anything else. It means a doctor use the head mirror to focus the light coming from the lamp. Suppose this is the head mirror. This is the head mirror actually. This is the head of the doctor. This is the head of the doctor, and the doctor use this head mirror. This is the head mirror, and what is important about this head mirror? This head mirror has a concave mirror behind it like this one, and at the focus there is a lamp. So what will happen, like this one, the light which is emitted in the forward direction is also uses by the doctor, and the light which is emitted in the backward direction is also reflected by the mirror, so that the doctor can use the light which is emitted by this bulb. So we can say the food as doctors had mirror to focus light coming from a lamp to body parts of a patient. Okay, the body part which the doctor want to examine. एक बार फिर समझाती हूँ मैं आपको. डॉक्टर से आपने देखा होगा उसके बेड पे ऊपर एक बल्ब लगा रहता है. उस बल्ब के पीछे क्या होता है? कॉनकेव मिरर होता है, बिल्कुल इसी तरह से. और वो जो बल्ब है वो फोकस पे लगा हुआ है. अब क्या होगा, जितनी लाइट रेज बल्ब आगे एमिट कर रहा है वो तो सारी लाइट रेज आ ही रही है. उसके अलावा जो लाइट रे पीछे चली जाती है वो भी ये मिरर क्या करता है, रिफ्लेक्ट करके फ्रंट में रिफ्लेक्ट कर देता है फ्रंट में। तो आप क्या कर रहे हो, इस सोर्स ऑफ लाइट को पूरा का पूरा यूज़ कर रहे हो, जिससे जो है बहुत ज़्यादा ब्राइट लाइट जो है वो ऑब्जेक्ट पे या बॉडी पार्ट्स पे जा सकती है। तो दिस इज़ द फोर्थ यूज़ ऑफ द कॉनकेव मिरर. Also, you have seen the concave mirror is used as a dish. Concave mirror is also used, not the mirror concave, actually concave surface. Concave dishes you have seen in your homes also, in your house. Concave dishes are used in in TV dish, antenna, TV dish antenna to receive TV signals, from the distant communication satellite. You have seen in our home that this is the shape of your dish which we use in our home, and this is the antenna which is placed at the focus of this concave face. So what will happen if all the light rays, or no, not the light rays, all the signals which are receiving by this antenna is collected to the again, all the signals which is coming from the surrounding to this concave side is reflected to the antenna, so that we can see so that we can get the strong signals of the on the TV to run our TV. Okay, now the sixth uses, we can see that we know that the concave mirror is used in solar furnace, in solar cooker. You have seen the solar cooker is, in solar cooker we use the plane mirror. In place of plane mirror we can also use the concave mirror. And this if we use a concave mirror in the solar cooker, we can also make the chapati in that solar cooker. We know that in plain mirrors we can't prepare the chapati. We can make only the vegetables like dals, pulses, but we can't make a chapati by using the plain mirror. But we can also make the chapati by using this mirror, because this mirror, what is the important about this mirror, this mirror focus all the light rays which is coming from the sun at the point of focus. So what will happen, the light ray which is coming from the sun is has a lot of heat, so that all the heat is utilized and all the heat is focused at the point of furnace, so that the temperature of this furnace can be more than 3000. So the temperature can be more than 3000 degrees Celsius. So we can prepare even chapati here. Even the temperature is so high so that we can melt the different metals here. So we can use the concave mirror as a in the solar energy, in the solar cooker, or we can say we can use the solar concave mirror in a solar furnace. Okay, these are the different uses of the concave mirror. Now what is about the sign convention of the concave mirror? I am writing here the heading: sign convention for concave mirror. Okay, I'm going to explain you. This is a very important part for the numerical point of view. This is the concave mirror. You should also remember one thing, that object should be always at this means in this direction, and the polish should be here in this direction. It means the reflecting surface should be only should be like in this direction, means object should always be here, like in your left side. What is about the sign convention? It's a very easy. In mathematics, you have learned you have seen the axis, the x-axis and the y-axis. Like all this axis, we can easily understand how the sign conventions takes place in the concave mirror. Actually, this is the about the axis. I'm talking about the axis. Now suppose this is the x-axis and this is the y-axis. We know that this is the origin, and from the origin, if we measure the distance in this direction, these all are positive, and we measure the distance in this direction, these are all negative. And what is about the above the origin, it is positive, and below the origin it is negative. Like this axis, we can use it by using to finding the sign convention, the concave mirror. So like this Cartesian plane, the distance which we use to which we are going to find in this direction is negative, and in this direction is positive, in upward direction is positive, and in downward direction is negative. Now again, we know that this is the center of curvature. The center of this is spherical mirror, and this is the principal focus. Okay, and we call it focal length. The distance between the pole and the principal focus is called the focal length. What can be the sign of the focal length? The focal length has a sign negative. Why it's negative? Because we are measuring all the distance from this pole. So we have to find the distance from the pole in this direction. So I have told you that the direction which is measured in this part in left side is always negative. So we have to remember it that the focal length of the concave mirror is always negative. Okay. So if we do some numericals here, so we have already remembered it that we should always remember it that the focal length is always negative for the concave mirror. And suppose this is the object. Suppose, okay, this is the object. The distance of the object from the mirror is represented by the small u. So first you have to write that the focal length is represented by the symbol f, and the distance of object from mirror. The distance of object from the mirror is represented by the symbol small u. Okay, now you are finding the distance of the object from the pole in this direction, in the left direction. So this should have the negative sign. It means focus is negative, and we can say the u is also negative. Okay, I think you all, it is not hard. It is very easy to understand that that the sign of the concave mirror, the sign which we use for the concave mirror. Okay, the distance of the object from the mirror is u, and it is always negative. Okay, now suppose we are going to obtain the image by using this mirror, and the ray which is parallel to the principal axis passes through the focus of the mirror, and the ray which passes from the principal focus is always passed parallel to the principal axis. So it will be made here. Okay, now the height of the object is represented by h1, and we know that we are finding the height in upward direction, so it should be positive. So we can say the height of object is represented by h1, and it should be always positive. Okay, no confusion here. Now suppose the image is formed in this direction. Now suppose the image is formed in this direction, it means we are finding the distance of the image from the pole in left direction, and if we find the distance of the image in left direction, it means it should be negative. So now this is the case. If what is the v here? First you have to write here the distance of image from mirror is represented by the symbol v. Okay, and the height of image is represented by h2. So you have to remember it that the distance of the image is v and the height of the image is h2. Now this is the case if we find v is negative. What is the meaning of this negative sign? You know that the images formed in this direction is always real. It means you find that your V having the negative sign, it means the image is real. Okay, you don't have to put the negative sign before the answer, but you have to write it. Negative sign means the real image is formed. Because if the image is formed in this direction, this is called the virtual image, and if we find the distance from the pole, it should be positive. Now if we are going to if we have solved the numerical and we find that the V is negative, it means the V should be real. It means the image should be real. And what is about the H2? Real image is always inverted. We have seen in all the images formation that the real image is always inverted. Inverted means you have to find the distance, you have to find the length of the object image in downward direction, so it should be negative, and negative signs show that the image is inverted, and these both cases are always come together, that the image is real and inverted. So negative sign of V show that it is a real image, and negative sign is just to show that it is an inverted image. Now what is about the virtual image? So first I have to prepare a virtual image for you so that you can easily understand it. This is a mirror, this is a concave mirror, and this is a C, this is a F, and suppose we are placing the object here, then what will happen? The ray which will parallel to the principal axis passes through the principal focus, and the ray which is passes from the center of curvature is reflected in the own path. Now this is the image formation by the concave mirror. If we place the object at the in between the F and a P. In this case, we find that the U is always negative because we have to place the object here. U is negative, F is also negative. So these conditions are not changes. That F is always negative, U is always negative, and H1 is always positive because we always put the object erect. Now what is about the image? Now the image, we have to find the distance of the image from the pole in this direction. And I have told you that if you find the distance from the pole in this direction, this show that it is positive. It means if we find that the V is positive in our numericals, it show that it is a virtual image. So I've told you that you don't have to write the sign before the answer, but you have to write the meaning of this sign. Positive sign show that the image is virtual. And what is about the H2? We know that virtual image is always erect. So if we find the V is positive, the H2 will be positive. And positive sign show that it is a erect image. Okay, virtual and erect. So this is a main sign we have, which we can't learn even. We can't learn, but we have to know the meaning of these signs. This is about the sign convention of the concave mirror. And where we use this sign, actually we use the we use the sign in numericals of concave mirror as well as the convex mirror. But first of all, we are reading about the concave mirror. Now you should write the mirror's formula. Okay, okay, I have to adjust my copy here. Mirror formula. Mirror's formula. What is the mirror formula? 1 upon F is equal to 1 upon V plus 1 upon U. Whenever you write the mirror's formula, if you have to, if someone asks you what is a mirror formula and you say that 1 upon F is equal to 1 upon V plus 1 upon U, it is not enough. You have to say that the F is the focal length, V is the distance of the image from the mirror, and U is the distance of the object from the mirror. Okay, this is not about the mirror's formula. You have to write all the meaning of these symbols which you are using in this formula. This is the mirror's formula. Whenever you do some numericals based on the mirrors, you have to know this formula. You have to use this formula. 1 upon F is equal to 1 upon V plus 1 upon U. And you have to write all the values with the sign. It means you are using suppose it is given that in a numerical, suppose it is given that the focal length of the concave mirror is 20 centimeter. It means you have to write the focal length is equal to minus 20 centimeter. So you have to write the sign before going through the formula. You have to use the sign before it. This is the mirror's formula. And next one is the magnification. Magnification. What is the magnification? It is also called the linear magnification. What is the magnification? Magnification means the ratio. It is a ratio. Magnification means in general you can understand what is the magnification. Magnification means कोई चीज़ कितनी मैग्नीफाइड हुई, कितनी बड़ी हुई. तो मैग्निफिकेशन का मतलब वही है कि कितना चीज़ मैग्नीफाइड हुई है, कितनी चीज़ बड़ी हुई है. तो मैग्निफिकेशन क्या है? मैग्निफिकेशन H2. H2 is the height of the image and H1 is the height of the object. So the ratio of the H2 and H1 is called the magnification. जितना ज़्यादा रेशो आएगा ऑब्जेक्ट उतना ही बड़ा, उतना ही मैग्नीफाइड होगा. द रेशो ऑफ हाइट ऑफ इमेज टू द height of object is called linear magnification. This is a magnification and we use a symbol M for the magnification. Magnification is equal to H2 upon H1. Okay. The other formula for magnification is equal to minus V upon U. This is about the magnification. If you write the formula of magnification, you should also write that M is the magnification, H2 is the height of the image, H1 is the height of the object. U, what is U? U is the distance of the object from the mirror and V is the distance of the image from the mirror. So this is the magnification. And what is about the magnification? Suppose in this case, in the first case, where we find that H2 is inverted. H2 means image is inverted and object is always erect. So it means H2 should have the negative sign and H1 should have the positive sign. So magnification, what will be the sign of the magnification here? The sign will be negative because H2 is negative and H1 is positive. देखो इमेज इन्वर्टेड है. इन्वर्टेड आपको बोला नीचे की तरफ देखना है तो नेगेटिव देखना है. अब ये नेगेटिव है और ये पॉजिटिव है तो मैग्निफिकेशन कैसा आ गया? नेगेटिव आ गया. तो आपको ध्यान रखना है इफ़ magnification is negative, what is the meaning of negative magnification? Negative magnification means the image is real. Okay. So if you find a numerical that magnification is negative, it shows that the image is real and real image is always inverted. Okay. And what is about the positive magnification? In this image we find that H1 is positive, H2 is positive. So what can be the sign of magnification? It will be positive. So it means if magnification is positive, it shows that the image is virtual. So you should know that magnification, if magnification is positive, it means that it is a virtual image. Okay, virtual image. And one more question for you. This question is for you. I'm not going to tell you the answer of this question. This is a plane mirror. You all know about the plane mirror. What is the magnification of this plane mirror? And what is the sign of this magnification? You have to answer this question. Okay, what is the magnification of the plane mirror and what is the sign of the magnification of the plane mirror? Okay, this is about the sign convention for the concave mirror and the uses of the concave mirror. In next video, we will try to understand how can do the numerical based on the concave mirror. Okay, till then, bye.